Which characters in the MCU would have the worst experience in the void? Mild spoiler warning for Thunderbolts. Again, mild spoilers for Thunderbolts, but when we see the physical manifestation of what the void is in this film, in the context of the story, how he preys on his victims by tapping into their fears, into their loneliness, into their depression, into their PTSD or trauma. And I was just thinking, which characters in the MCU would have the worst experience being in the void? So here are my top 5 characters that come to mind. I gotta kick this list off with Wanda. I mean, if you have seen WandaVision, we saw what she experienced as a kid and the trauma that she dealt with and losing her parents. Fast forward to her losing her brother in Age of Ultron. Fast forward losing Vision twice and then following it up in her own show with not only losing Vision again, but then also losing her kids. So I would imagine her being a void, it would be a pretty terrible experience. We saw what Yelena went through in the Thunderbolts and her experience in the void, so I only would imagine what her sister went through when she was a child, but also all the stuff she experienced as an assassin. So Natasha, I wouldn't imagine it's a fun time in the void for her either. Guy Rocket, I would imagine being in the void for him is a terrible experience, especially losing his friends and everything he went through to become the experiment he was. I love Rocket, but that would be a painful experience as well. I had to put Matt Murdock on this list because could you imagine not being able to see and then just being in the void and just hearing all the deaths of Foggy and Elektra and all the different things that he experienced? I think this unknown vigilante, aka Peter Parker, Spider-Man, would have a terrible time in the void, reliving the death of Uncle Ben, reliving the death of his Aunt May, and of course losing Tony Stark. Peter, I feel bad for you, and again, people don't even know who he is. So those are some characters I think would have a terrible experience in the void. Let me know some of your characters in the MCU who wouldn't have a good time in the comments below.